Hey, Miss G. I've just got a lot on my mind. Is it okay if I talk to you about it?
Of course, Bill. As your guidance counselor, I'm here whenever you need.
Well, okay, it started this morning when I finished writing my Socratic dialogue. On the way to school, I pictured presenting in front of the class and realized I was really afraid of presenting today. I'm really scared, Miss G. I don't know what to do.
That sounds serious. Forgive me for my ignorance, but for me to help you properly, I need to understand how you really feel. So, what does it mean to be scared or fearful?
Well, it says here fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat.
I'm not asking what Google defines fear as. I'm asking you. So, what do you mean when you say you're afraid?
Uh, I don't really know. All I know is that I have this bad feeling in the pit of my stomach and I don't want to go to class.
Okay, so say you dropped the teacher's mug and broke it, and she was legitimately upset, but she didn't know it was you. Would you still want to go to class, or would you have that bad feeling in the pit of your stomach? Is that what you mean by fear?
No, that would be guilt.
Then I guess I still don't know what you really mean. How about this? Tell me 3 other times you were afraid.
Well, the first time I was afraid was when I was a kid. Having just watched the newest Saw, I kept seeing ticking nail bombs in the corner of the room, waiting to blow me to pieces. Another time was a couple of years later when I was a bit older, thinking about this girl I wanted to after the dance. But I wasn't sure if she'd say yes or if she even liked me back. Finally, the last time before this was a little while ago, when I almost got hit by a car crossing the road. I managed to jump out of the way, but my heart didn't start pounding for a long time afterwards.
What are the similarities between each event?
Well, the first time my imagination brought on the feeling, the second time overthinking caused it, and the last time was a near-death experience. So I guess fear is the in-depth reaction or thought to negative things?
You know about the Syrian refugee crisis, right, Bill?
Yeah? No?
Perhaps if you give me an example where fear is shown, where it stems from, and what it means to be afraid, then I might just be able to understand what you mean when you say that you're afraid.
Okay, I was asked to do something by my older brother, who I have a strong connection to and respect. I forgot to do it, and when I asked about it, I lied, saying I would show it later within the day. Instantly, my hands became clammy. I was fearful. I was fearful of failing to please him, fearful of failure, fearful of my lie being discovered. I guess fear stems from the overthought upon topics in which you are in the wrong. Fear or fearful or being fearful is when you believe you are in the wrong and are scared of the repercussions.
So, if fear begins with the belief that you're in the wrong, then what of when being chased by an unknown assailant? In such a case, there is no belief of wrongness upon yourself, just the fear of being caught and whatever happens afterwards. Similarly, within your previous example of the movie you watched, you were neither wrong nor fearful of any repercussions. So, first you said that fear is the bad feeling in the pit of your stomach, but we found that this bad feeling does not solely exist within the emotion of fear, but it also resides in others like guilt. Then you said that fear could be the result of in depth thought on negative events or occurrences, but we reasoned that not all thoughts on negative topics can lead to fear. Finally, you said that fear is developed when you believe you are in the wrong, and in turn are fearful of the repercussions. It seems that we have failed to properly define what it means to be afraid or to feel fear.
Well, if you're so smart, what is fear?
Well, you gave me multiple examples, right? And I gave you some of my own.
Correct?
Within all the examples, there is a common factor that affects fear. Fear is an innate emotion that drives our fight or flight reaction depending on the circumstance. Fear causes you to run as a reaction to someone chasing you, to stay awake as a reaction to the idea of nail bombs, to not ask the girl out, or to lie to your brother. Fear has been the driving force behind countless people's decisions throughout history, and it remains to be. For example, the renowned September 11th, 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center generated mass fear and hysteria, which then became the driving force behind the implementation of the Patriot Act. Fear and imagination of Osama bin Laden's group also led to the massive war on terrorism. But fear isn't always a bad thing. Fear of failure can push you to do better on school projects that you otherwise wouldn't have cared about. Fear is innate with no positives or negatives, just connotations we add to it as we dislike the idea of not being in control.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. So, What do I do about the presentation?
And that would be the end of our appointment. Well, it's class time now, so good luck on that dialogue and tell me how it goes.
What you say?